Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Justice for All. In the last episode we had proven, not beyond reasonable doubt, that Maya is innocent, but we have proven and set up the theory that Ini Miney, the sister of Ini Miney, the nurse who killed 14 people in Dr. Gray's clinic, who was then drugged by Dr. Gray, allegedly, and died, is in fact the true killer who killed Dr. Gray for her sister, Ini Miney, not Mimi Minnie, is in fact the one who killed Dr. Gray. So, today we are going to be continuing this trial. Well, more like finishing, because nail, coffin, ding ding. Here we go. Okay, here we are. And just to make sure that I'm ready, District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Is it really true about my aunt? I'm afraid so, Maya. There's no way Ini could have killed Dr. Gray by herself. And under the circumstances, there's no one else other than your Aunt Morgan. That's terrible. Why? Why would my aunt... Everything is going just as I predicted, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh! Miss Von Karma. Why are you doing this? Why are you trying to take revenge on Nick? Nick had nothing to do with what happened to your dad. Don't you have something better to be worrying about? Say your own situation? Looking down on me even though we're the same age. Are you done yet? You've caused me enough pain and suffering. Oh, that was me. Not yet. My goal is to defeat you and let the whole world know of your defeat. But even if you do that, it won't bring your father back. Whatever. In the meantime, let's bring this match to its conclusion, and then we'll know who the real winner is. Okay. The court will now reconvene. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Can you prove Miss Ini Miney had a motive? Yes, I believe I can. Ini Miney and Dr. Gray have only one point of connection, and that is the car accident 1 year ago. The motive I'm looking for must be there. Miss Miney, please testify to this court about your car accident last year. Huh? I thought, you wanted to, ask about my, motive. I, don't see the point in, bringing up the past. Miss Miney, if you please. Okay. I totally don't think it'll do any good, but last year's accident. That was, last year in May. Something really bad happened at, my sister's clinic around then. And, the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. I was, totally pooped too, so I, fell asleep in the passenger seat. I, woke up because of a jolt, and, it was a sea of flames around me. I, opened the door and, got away. I think I've heard of this incident. It was all the talk on the tabloid shows, day after day last year. Yes. There was talk about Dr. Gray drugging your sister. What? Those were merely rumors, totally baseless gossip. Yes. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Right now, it's impossible to prove that Dr. Gray did in fact drug Miss Minnie's sister. Which means I'll have to work this from another angle. Hold, please. Sorry about that cut. Let's get to a testimony. That was like last year in May. Didn't some sort of medical malpractice happen at your sister's hospital then? Yeah, like that was in May too. Like the thing with all the patients dying was like May 2nd. Is that true? Yes. And like our accident was like on the 24th. 2 accidents back to back. Do you assume it's just a coincidence? My sister was like totally tired and that's why. Duh. Like something really bad happened at like... That was the malpractice incident where 14 patients died, correct? Yeah. What was the cause of the mistake? Like, I heard it was 'cause the medicines, like, got mixed up. Was that the fault of your sister, Ini Miney? Like, no way. Dr. Gray, like, wanted to blame it on my sis. That incident has nothing to do with our murder here. Besides, the police report has already documented that it was entirely Ini Miney's fault. Which means as far as the real facts are concerned, Ini Miney is the one who made the mistake. But like, it really wasn't my sis. And like, the night of the accident, my sis was totally tired while she was driving. She was totally tired? You mean exhausted. Like, she had to talk to the police and like, was being investigated like every day. It was like a totally terrible situation. It's no wonder then that the car accident happened, huh? So then why didn't you ask to switch places? Huh? Like, what are you talking about? I meant switch drivers. If your sister was so tired, then you should have switched with her. True, true. But like, I don't like have a driver's license. This is news to me. I was not aware you didn't have your license, Miss Minnie. She does have a license. Like, okay. Anyways, so let me draw. Got away. So let's present this. Miss Minnie, that was a lame lie right now. Like, what do you mean? I know you had a license back then. This is the photo you took for the express purpose. This is a photo you took for the express purpose of getting a driver's license. What's the meaning of this, Miss Minnie? That's right. Yeah, I had like a license, but I didn't get it until after the accident. No, you had it. You had it at the time of the accident. Director Hody, or the guy pretending to be him anyways, said so. What are you talking about? What, are you talking about that perverted fake clinic director? Yes, that perverted fake clinic director. No one cares. Witness, when did you receive your driver's license? Like last November. November? The accident happened last May. It was half a year lapse in time, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? What in the... That's not what happened, Mr. Wright. That's what happened. At the time of the accident, Minnie did not have a driver's license. Cry, and my whip will accommodate. Without a license, the witness and her sister could not have switched drivers. I'm like, glad you get it, but like, even if I had my license, I like, don't think my sis would have let me drive. Don't stand there humming to yourself. Oh, you too, Mia. With the whip and the pain and the ow. Miss Minnie, Why do you think you would not have been allowed to drive anyways? That's because I think this situation calls for more detailed testimony. Like, how annoying. Oops, like, sorry, didn't mean to be mean. I wouldn't be allowed. Like, around that time, I was like really close to getting my license. My sister was like this totally big fan of cars and like really valued them. She like had just gotten this really shiny bright red sports car. She like would have said things like, no way am I letting a noob drive my car. So like that's why I ended up in the passenger seat that night too. Nothing for the court record. Bright red sports car. Now then, the defense may question the witness. Unless, in the news article it refers. Two women's car crashed. One of the women among the falling asleep at the wheel. Okay. So let's get more information. So what do you mean by really close? Like, I had one of those permit things. I think that's what they're called. Permit. Wow, the big name lawyer boy doesn't even know what a driver's permit is? Well, this lawyer never had a permit. What? Ignorance is to be whipped. What is with her? All she said in the last few minutes is utter nonsense. So, like, may I continue? Was like this totally big fan and really valued them. Okay, she valued cars. How much would you say she valued her car? Well, like, she flipped out at, like, a drop of rain. And, like, she would notice if someone, like, touched the car with dirty hands. Why bother taking the car out of the garage ever? Why did she take such special care of the car? How can you say that? How can you say that? It was a brand spanking new car. New car. Like, you wouldn't want to, like, get it dirty, would you, Mr. Lawyer? I would think that cars getting dirty is just another fact of life, but I guess people who really love cars think otherwise. Try asking something more significant, alright? What kind of car was it? It was a new car. Yeah? She had, like, just gotten it. It was, like, from the UK. The UK? Were those her boyfriend's initials? And it was a really special model. She had waited for a whole year for it to arrive. I guess her love of cars would be the obvious next topic. I really don't know anything about cars. Your Honor, yes? Please have the witness append what she said to a testimony. You mean the part about it being a special important car? Yes. Well, if you like cars that much then, that's not my point. But to be honest, I don't know what that point is either. Would you please fix your testimony? Sure, whatever. My sister's new car was like a total special model from England. Is that what these... We're gonna present. Miss Miney, do you remember this article? It's an article about the accident. You had said this in it. But I opened the right door and, like, got out. That's correct, isn't it? Like, why are you Oh, she was driving. Your Honor, which side is the passenger seat? Left or right? Well, it's on the right side, of course, because the driver's on the left side. That would be if it was an American car. But it would be the opposite in a British car. The two of them were riding in a British car. In that case, the passenger side would be the left side. What do you mean by this? Miss Meany, you said that you had escaped using the right side door of the car. But if you were sitting there, then that means you were in the driver's seat. So this is Mimi. Order! Order in the court! Order! Phoenix Wright is blabbering nonsense again. Ini said the person who was driving was her older sister, Ini Miney. That is what Ini said, yes. But that is where her story falls apart. Somewhere, all of us made a big error in our assumptions. Phoenix, it looks like you finally found the real root of this murder. If we connect all the dots, there can only be one answer. I'd like to ask the court a question. Ini or Mimi, who was really driving that night? The answer is the one person who had her driver's license, Ini Miney. After all, that makes her the only person who could legally drive. But you just said the witness, Miss Ini Miney, was the one in the driver's seat, which leads us to the next question. The next question? Who is the person standing at the witness stand right now? What sort of idiotic ruse is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This witness's name is... I'll tell you what her name really is. This witness's real name... Ini Miney. That is your real name. Of all the foolish dribble. Then how do you explain her appearance? This witness had several facial burns when she was admitted into the hospital. So for the purpose of facial reconstruction, the surgeons used a picture. Facial reconstruction surgery? This is the picture she gave to her doctors at the time. That's right. It's a picture of her younger sister. But Ini Miney, she died in the car accident. That's what everyone thought. However, that was not the case. Then the body they found at the crash site. That was the body of the real Ini Miney. Isn't that right, Miss Ini Miney? It's the eyes. The car accident 1 year ago. The one who died that night was Ini Miney. Her sister, Mimi, then stole her face and was reborn as Ini. With this, she effectively erased Ini Miney from existence. Your Honor, I'm sure you can now see why Mimi had to kill Dr. Gray. What do you mean? What is the meaning of this nonsense? Dr. Gray wanted to call back the spirit of a dead person. Specifically, the spirit of his nurse who had died in the crash, Ini Miney. However, that would not have been possible because Ini Miney was still, in fact, alive. And that fact would have been discovered if the channeling's been conducted. So this witness had to stop that from happening at all costs. And that's why she had to kill Dr. Turner Gray. Is that what you're saying? Yes. Before the channeling, Dr. Gray had the misfortune of consulting this witness about communicating with the dead. And in that moment, his fate was sealed. Well, Miss Von Karma, why did you say my name just now? Looks like I've been unmasked. Witness? That's right. I admit it. My real name is Ini Miney. That quack doctor, he got what he deserved in the end. At least he's not like evil lunatic. And I was so close to finally ditching Mimi too. So close. But why? Why would you go so far as to throw away yourself? To become your own sister? I think I understand why. Ini Miney wanted her old self to disappear because of this. That's about the malpractice incident. Dr. Gray was right. The mistake was caused by the nurse. A nurse by the name of Ini Miney. That's right, the person standing before us today. And a few weeks after this mishap, Ini Miney had a car accident in which she lost her younger sister. The timing couldn't have been worse. 14 patients dying in that accident and her own sister's life extinguished. It was all too much to bear. I found a way for myself to escape it all, the only way. She lost everything in the flames of that accident, her sister, and even her own face. This was her last chance, her chance to throw away her past and start a new life as her sister. Unbelievable. A plan beyond my wildest imagination. That jerk. If only he hadn't thought of that channeling mumbo-jumbo. Mumbo-jumbo? Becoming Ini has been the most horrible experience in the world. Spirit channeling, the occult, I hate it. I hate it all. I believe there are still a few unsolved riddles here, such as, why did Miss Miney choose to go with such a complicated plan? And why did Miss Morgan Frey agree to accept her, help her execute it? Regardless, I believe one thing has been made crystal clear. The innocence of the defendant, Maya Fey. This is preposterous. I'm perfect. Me, Franziska von Karma. I'm going to enjoy the news tonight, Miss von Karma. How about you? It's going to be broadcast all over the world, right? Your defeat, that is. Yow! And one more measure. I better have, like, red line. Phoenix, hang in there, Phoenix. Phoenix, this court is a fraud, a sham. Now then, it looks like it will be some time before Mr. Wright regains consciousness, so I will go ahead and pronounce the verdict. Not guilty. Yeah! That is all. This court is adjourned. June 22nd, 3:13, District Court Defendant Lobby, so I've been passed out for 3 hours. Congratulations, Maya. Sis! This is an 8-year-old girl she's holding onto. It's good to see you, Maya. How are you doing? Sis! Sis! I didn't kill anyone, did I? No, you didn't. It was all just a dream. A really bad dream. You know, sis, in my dream, I smelled a really familiar scent. A familiar scent? I was inside that clothing box, right? That box. That was the box you used to store your clothes in a long time ago. That's right. She had a good dream about Mia. There's still one thing I don't quite get. What's that? What would have happened if Mimi hadn't shot Dr. Gray? I mean, we broke in because we heard a gunshot. I think Ini Miney had planned to open the door to the chamber herself, And then you and Lotta would have witnessed quite a scene. A possessed Maya Fey who had just committed a murder. She had it planned down to the smallest detail, huh? Nick! Congratulations, Maya. Thanks. Looks like you bailed me out on another jam. Well, you know, but I really don't want something like this to happen ever again. I'm fine because I have you to help me out, Nick. But every time something happens, I lose someone special to me. First my sister, and now my aunt? Hey Nick, tell me. Tell me why my aunt did something so horrible. Why would she help Ini Miney with a plan like that? I just don't understand it, Nick. It's over. Why don't you just let it be? Nick, please. I need an answer. Was Pearl. Pearly. 4 years from now, a new master will be born into the Karain village. And that person will be you, Maya. But if you weren't there, then the main family's bloodline would disappear. And what would happen then? The Branch family. My aunt. No, Morgan's spiritual power is too weak. The next person would be Pearl's. Ah! Everything was done for her sake. It was all so that Pearl's would become the next master. Yeah, I can see that. Did Maya say something just now? I think she was saying, I thought so. Date and time unknown. Detention center. Solitary confinement cell 13. My precious Pearl, you are the only one suitable to be the master of Karain. Dear child, I sacrificed it all for you. I helped that brainless nurse carry out her murder and cooperated with that whip-happy prosecutor. It was all to unseat that annoying, witless main family girl. Now, that Maya Fey. But I shall be patient, my dearest Pearl. A chance will present itself. Your time will come. Wow. Brand new episode has been added. Ooh, it looks like we're gonna be doing something even more with Francesca. But that's exciting, and that's going to happen next. So stay tuned, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you liked what you saw, you can always stay tuned to see the first episode of episode 3, which I didn't get the name of, so Turnabout Big Top is the name of the next one. So if you guys are interested, stay tuned and we will be checking that out. If you liked what you saw, you can also leave a comment on this video or leave a like. Mash that like button, sorry. Every time I try to go off script just a little bit, I am like, what am I saying? I can't, what? You can mash the like button, leave a comment in the comment section, or subscribe if you have not to stay up to date with Phoenix Wright content. Next time we start on episode 3, which I'm excited to do because this game is really fun and the characters are exciting. I'll see you all next time. Later.